the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with the most, you're not going to find that group of high-level killers and fall into that group and then level up. You have to be at least slightly below their level, at least close to their level, for them to want to take you seriously, for them to want to hang around with you. Me and Justin have been training all day.
If you believe it and you understand it, that's the first stage. And that's also something a lot of men at home don't understand. If I lost everything today, it would be the men I know that helped me get it all back. It wouldn't be the women I can sleep with. It wouldn't be, all the cars I already have or all the status I already have, whatever. It would be the men I know when shit hits the fan that I'd be calling to try and get everything back. And that's how important it is. It's your parachute and it's your safety net. And it's also the thing that's going to keep you on top regardless of what happens to you. So if you're sitting here saying, I don't want to be a fantastic man, then you don't want a fantastic network and you're in big trouble. And men speak without speaking. I can meet somebody without saying a word, and within the first 3 seconds, I know he's a... Everybody knows this is how men operate. We instantly can analyze somebody and see if they have value or not. It's something that's almost instinctual that you can't explain. So the easiest way, I have a lot of people ask me, hey, how do I come across as high value? Be high value? How about that? That's the easiest way to do it. Why are you trying to fake? Why are you trying to lie? And I think the world, especially as it gets more and more polarized and as things get worse and worse, especially in the Western world, your network is the most important thing. I was talking to my cousin today, or Tristan's cousin. I was talking about how the MSM's full of shit. Where do I get my news from? Well, the first place I probably get it from is Twitter. And the second place I get my news from are my friends. I see all this crap in France. I message my friends in France. I have guys everywhere like, hey, what's happening there? What's happening? I like first-hand accounts from men I trust.
Yeah. Same with Russia. Same with Ukraine. We have friends in both countries.
Yeah, I like first-hand accounts from men I trust. And it can be the same with absolutely anything. And especially because I know they have shared values or shared worldviews to mine. If they say, hey, this is trash, or they say, hey, this is good, I know it can be relied on. You can't rely on much else besides people you know who think the same as you. I still think that men understand each other on a primal level. And if you're going to sit there and try, I don't know who you are and I don't know who your father is, but if you're going to sit there and try and tell your father what to do, you need to be a very impressive person. It's kind of amazing what kind of advice you can give out when you're an impressive person versus the advice you can give when you're not. If you're overweight yourself, or if you're lazy, if you're missing days at work, if you're barely turning up, if your dad thinks you're a shit worker, you can't sit there and tell him about anything about his life because he's not going to listen to you. So if you really want to have an impact on your dad, you need to be the kind of guy that can't be ignored. This is what's truly amazing about the masculine experience. I have so many people message me and I get thousands of emails a day, and people are always looking for this hack or this cheat or this quick way to achieve something. You have to just become the man. There's no other way to really do a lot of things. But I guarantee your dad doesn't even know me, but I guarantee if I were to speak to him for 10 minutes, because of the way I would articulate myself, because of the way I would express my opinion, because of who I am, because of my physicality, because of the car I'd turn up in, he'd probably be more likely to listen to me than you, his own son. Why? That's your fault. And that's something you've decided to be. It's a decision you've decided to make. And this is what I don't understand. I truly don't understand how most men don't wake up and think, shit, I'm not good enough. And I think you need that degree of insecurity, I guess, and anxiety that's going to propel you towards the top, because there's always more work to do, and you're competing against people like us who are out here to destroy you, and that's the reality of the game. It's very rare in life that being likable is a downside. It's very rare in life where being a likable person is going to go against you. And there's so many people out here who think if they get to a certain kind of state, at my very best, even with people I disagree with, even with people I'm arguing with, to make them like me. Towards the end of it, they like me. You should be more likable. So if you want to be a professional, you need to sit and say, why does this person dislike me enough to try and destroy my life? If you were jacked, if you were in fantastic shape and you were an amazing dresser and you drove the best car in the company and you were funny and witty and charming, and every time you saw that woman, you made her laugh and she smiled when she was around you, would she have accused you of sexual harassment if you told her off the same way? No. So you have to take absolute and utter accountability in your life as a man. For everything. It's all your fault. There's nobody else's fault. It's your fault. And I was literally sitting in jail with a bullshit garbage case, which I know is all imaginary, saying this is my fault somehow. You have to find out. Otherwise, you don't get the lesson in it. The guy who had the 2.4 million gambled, or the guy who lost 115 grand, that's your fault. Yep. Good. What have you learned from it? Have you actually learned anything, or are you just sitting there going, I wish I had it back? Because if you didn't learn anything, you lost it all for nothing, right?
Yep.
And if you did genuinely learn something, then you're going to change your life for it, because I don't think most people can learn anything unless it's painful. I've never seen people learn lessons the easy way. When someone learns a lesson the easy way, you know what they think? They think, I got away with it. Over and over again until it eventually burns and stings them. And that's the only time they learn. Humans only learn the hard way. So when you finally get a hard lesson, fantastic. However you lost that 115 grand, I guarantee it won't happen again unless you're a dummy. You need to pay attention to it. So you need to be happy that these lessons come. You just have to make sure you ingest them and you don't allow them to happen to you again.